PYP stands for the Primary Years Program. It's the primary program offered in grades K through 5. And what's nice about it is that it's meant to be a whole school inclusive program. So if your school is a PYP school, that means that every scholar in the school is part of this PYP program.
I would say a big difference between PYP and just a traditional classroom is the fact that, first of all, there's an expectation where kids are taking a lot more ownership of their learning through the guidance of a teacher. Sometimes there's a misconception that IB is kind of a free-for-all, but it's really thoughtfully constructed by the teacher to make sure that they're creating learning opportunities where the child is able to uncover a lot of the learning as a class community in a way that is able to apply a lot more broader contexts, because we know that we're helping train kids solve problems today that haven't even existed and will probably surface in the next 15 or 20 years.
PYP is what's called a transdisciplinary program, and what it means is that instead of teaching things separately, it teaches everything together. And some of the characteristics behind that is that the students have one homeroom teacher, so they have one person that they get to build a really close relationship with. They get to know their classmates really well, and they get to be part of sort of a larger learning community.
I think another big part of that is we don't just focus on the academics. I think it's really easy for a school or for a teacher to just focus on the grades, where the child becomes a number. But one of the things that I love the most about IB is the fact that we are focusing on helping create excellent humans. And so that means we're trying to help build people up that we want to be neighbors with us in 20 years. So instead of just communicating to a kid that what they know is important, we're also communicating to that child that what they think and what they feel and how they're going to approach really complex problem solving in the future are also important. And then from that, launching into this approach that they can apply that to other people in their life. So as we're modeling for them that they're important, that their emotions are important, that their problem solving is important, helps them be able to turn to their classmates or the people in their community to help them realize that they're important also.
When you teach PYP, you really focus on the student. You focus on the questions that they ask and what connections they're making. So it's a very developmentally appropriate program, and research shows that it is the best way that young people learn.
If we start something like that in 10th grade or 11th grade, they've already created a paradigm of how they learn and how they think about things. And we're trying to help them develop a lens that they can use as they're going through like the next 12 years of their education and then through college. And then it just makes it more natural. Instead of them trying to think through this artificial process, it becomes who they are as good people that are working really hard to help solve the problems in their community and the world.